about the team's visit, the SIT team's visit to the temple premises. Moving on now, PDP President Mehbooba Mufti's sympathy for Hizbullah leader has now evoked a very sharp reaction from the BJP. Omar Abdullah has also condemned Israel's onslaught for the last 1 year. The BJP has slammed both Mehbooba Mufti and Omar Abdullah over their vote bank politics. After Mehbooba Mufti cancelled her election campaign to express solidarity with the people of Lebanon and Gaza, particularly those who have been mourning the death of Hizbullah chief Hassan Nasrallah, the BJP responded by criticizing her for what they call crocodile tears. They accused her of engaging in vote bank politics. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has also hit out at the PDP chief Mehbooba Mufti for expressing sympathy and solidarity with Hizbullah chief Hassan Nasrallah, who was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Beirut. He has asked Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq Abdullah along with Rahul Gandhi that when terrorists kill Hindus in Bangladesh, do they feel the same sympathy and sadness?
देखिए महबूबा मुफ्ती हिंदी गठबंधन है। जब हमारे हिंदू का ऊपर आक्रमण होते हैं, कभी महबूबा मुफ्ती अपना कार्यक्रम को कैंसिल किया था क्या? आज हर बार हमास का कोई लीडर मरता है, प्रियंका गांधी रोना शुरू कर देते हैं। लेकिन अगर भारत में कोई आतंकवादी हमले में हिंदू मरते हैं, शहीद होता है, क्या उनके लिए वो रोता है? ये लोग हिंदू विरोधी है और कुछ नहीं है, उनका डीएनए ही हिंदू विरोधी है।
दलों का चेहरा भी सामने आया है जो आज तक जम्मू कश्मीर में आतंकवादियों का, अलगाववादियों का और पथराव करने वालों का समर्थन सहयोग करते रहे। आज अगर दुनिया भर में कहीं आतंकवाद के खिलाफ कार्रवाई होती है तो नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस, पीडीपी और कांग्रेस जैसी पार्टियां उनके समर्थन में नजर आती हैं। उनको गाजा तो नजर आता है, लेकिन ढाका में हिंदुओं की हत्याएं नजर नहीं आती। उनको जम्मू कश्मीर के हजारों लोगों की हत्याएं याद नहीं आती, जिन मासूमों को, निर्दोषों को इस आतंकवाद के चलते उनकी हत्या हुई थी। इससे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य क्या होगा कि ये राजनीतिक दल तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के चलते चलते इस तरह से अपनी रैलियों को रद्द भी करते हैं, आतंकवाद का समर्थन भी करते हैं। ये लोकतंत्र के पक्ष में नहीं है, आतंकवाद के समर्थक हैं।
हम तो वैसे भी इजराइल की तरफ से जो लगातार पिछले 1 साल से बमबारी और ताकत का इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, हमने तो उसकी मुखालफत की है। दुनिया की ताकतों को इजराइल पे दबाव बनाए रख के वहाँ पे बेगुनाह लोगों की मौत, उसको बंद करना चाहिए। चाहे वो गाजा में हो, चाहे लेबनान में हो, चाहे कहीं और हो। जो कल हुआ उसके बाद ऐसा लगता है जैसे पूरे क्षेत्र में अब जंग के बादल जो है नजर आ रहे हैं। हिंदुस्तान की हुकूमत को, हिंदुस्तान के वजीर आजम को, बाकी मुल्कों के लीडरान को इजराइल पर दबाव बनाए रख के वहां दोबारा अमन कायम करने की मुकम्मल कोशिश करनी चाहिए।
Meanwhile, National Conference MP from Srinagar, Aga Ruhullah Mehdi, on Nasrallah's killing has said, and I quote, "A great martyrdom has taken place. He was the strength for the Muslims against Israel. Muslims are in grief because of his martyrdom and have ended my election campaigning." So like the PDP, even the National Conference MP suspended his election campaigning, and he's gone on to add that may Allah give strength to the oppressed people of Palestine. The cause of Palestine is the cause of Muslim Ummah. Martyrdom makes resistance stronger. So that's the latest coming in from the National Conference MP, who has decided to suspend his election campaign as well. Remember, tomorrow is the 3rd phase of pollings in Jammu and Kashmir, and this is the kind of action being taken by the National Conference and the PDP.
बड़ी शहादत वाक़ा आई है, जिससे उम्मत मुस्लिमा के लिए एक क़ुव्वत थी, मुकावमत की क़ुव्वत जो इसराइल की जहरियत, उनकी ज़्यादतियों के ख़िलाफ़ लड़ती आ रही थी। तो उनमें से एक बड़ा सरदार, जैसे इस्माइल हनिया एक बड़े सरदार थे, उसी तरह से सैयद हसन नसरुल्लाह इस मुकावमत की रूह थे, सरदार थे, क़ुव्वत थे। इनकी आज शहादत वाक़ा हुई, तो इस उम्मत के इस बड़े नुकसान में मैंने सही समझा और अखलाकी तौर भी यही सही है कि हमने नुकसान उठाया है और उम्मत मुस्लिमा इस वक्त सदमे में है। तो इसीलिए मैंने इलेक्शन कैंपेनिंग जो है उसको इख्तिताम किया और अल्लाह ताला से यही दुआ है कि इस शहीद को शोहदाए करबला के साथ, शोहदाए बदर के साथ महशूर करे और उम्मत मुस्लिमा को, फ़लस्तीन के मज़लूमों को नियामुल बदल दे, जिसके ज़रिए अल्लाह ताला इस मुकावमत में और ज़्यादा क़ुव्वत बख्शे।
क्योंकि इसराइल इसे देखता है कि जो फ़लस्तीनी कॉज़ है उसमें कमी आएगी। आप
फ़लस्तीनी का कॉज़ जो है वो उम्मत मुस्लिमा का कॉज़ है। फ़लस्तीनी कॉज़ जो है वो रसूल खुदा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के दीन का कॉज़ है और ये दरजगाह शहादत का दरजगाह है। इस दरजगाह में शहादत अहदाफ के हासिल करने के लिए एक ज़रिया होता है। इससे तक़वियत मिलती है मुकावमत को, तो इससे कमज़ोरी नहीं और ज़्यादा बेहतरी आएगी और आप देखेंगे कि वो बेहतरी इंशाअल्लाह कामयाबी में तब्दील होगी और फ़लस्तीन के मज़लूम, कुल आलम में जो मज़लूम है वो हर किसी जुल्म से आज़ाद होंगे।
Let me go straight across now to Ishan Wani for the latest on this. Ishan, so the BJP has slammed Mehbooba Mufti for mourning Hassan Nasrallah's death. And in fact, they have slammed her, saying that she's only, quote-unquote, shedding crocodile tears. But the fact that the NC and the PDP are going to the extent to suspend their campaigns is also vote bank politics, them trying to cater to a section of electorate to gain those crucial votes.
Well, absolutely right. But the thing is that, Aga Ruhollah, who you just heard, he's also a religious leader of Shia Muslims. His father has a legacy. They have been all, standing by Palestine all these years. One has to wait and see what kind of politics does happen in regard to whatever statements have been made by these religious leaders. But remember, this might be, a bid to cater to a larger vote audience, particularly, for the national conference, for the PDP, while Umar has said that the Prime Minister should use his stature and influence to ensure that the killing of innocent is stopped there. And you also have, apart from him, other leaders like PDP's Mehbooba Mufti ending her campaign and saying that she stands with people of Palestine and Lebanon, while claiming that Hassan Nasrallah's death has been very, she's condemned the death and also said that that has led to a larger anger in the people in Kashmir Valley. We have seen few pockets in Kashmir also, taking out peaceful protest marches, but there are statements now coming in from the Member of Parliament who also ended his campaign saying that this would further mean that the resistance, what he said, would be tougher and there will be, this will strengthen the cause of Palestine at a larger level. But all these statements have been coming in from the, political arena in Jammu and Kashmir, largely by the political parties.
All right, Ishan, thank you so much for joining us. And let's also take a look at some other reactions coming in.
The larger question is, on which side are they standing? Are they standing on the path of peace or are they standing on the path of violence? Because so far, from their statements, over a period of time, one notes that they have in the past, when Jammu Kashmir was a state and Article 370 was existing there, at that time, they had come out in open support of those who were terrorists, those who were convicted by the Honorable Supreme Court of being associated with terrorism. And that clearly showed an agenda. Now, when they come out with this kind of statement on an organization or a person where globally there are concerns about the path of violence that it took to, then they will obviously, Mr. Omar Abdullah and Ms. Mufti would obviously be seen as being on the path that supports violence and not peace.
कमांडर है नसरुल्लाह, उसकी मौत पर महबूबा मुफ्ती को इतनी तकलीफ क्यों है? जब बांग्लादेश में हिंदुओं का कत्लेआम होता है तब इनकी आवाज़ बंद हो जाती है। आज इजराइल पर हमला करने वाला हजीबुल्लाह, उसका कमांडर अगर मारा जाता है तो ये एक दिन के लिए प्रचार बंद कर देती है। ये घड़ियाली आंसू हैं, मगरमच्छ के आंसू हैं।
देखें, इस पे जो उमर साहब की स्टेटमेंट है, उन्होंने अपील की है अपने मुल्क के प्राइम मिनिस्टर से और सारी दुनिया के ऐसे लोगों से जो बड़ी जिम्मेदार किस्म के लोग हैं दुनिया के अंदर, सारे ममालिक के सरबराहों से उमर साहब ने, कि इस मामले में उनको इंटरवीन करना चाहिए और कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि इसका कोई ऐसा हल निकले जिससे ये इंसानों की जानों का ज़िया यानी नुकसान ख़त्म हो जाए।
देखो, हमें अपनी डेमोक्रेसी को बेटर करना है, हम बाहर जो देख रहे हैं वो एक अलग जो दुनिया का नज़रिया है, जो जिसकी फीलिंग है, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम हमें अपनी डेमोक्रेसी को स्ट्रेंथन करके अपने लोगों के लिए आगे बढ़ने की ज़रूरत है। मेरा ख्याल है ऐसी सिचुएशन जो है वो क्रिएट नहीं करनी चाहिए।
कल एक हमारे हेड कांस्टेबल बशीर अहमद शहीद हो गए टेररिस्टों से लड़ते हुए मांडली के इलाका बिलावर तहसील डिस्ट्रिक्ट कठुआ में। उसके लिए कौन आया प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए? मुझे खुशी होती, इस देश को खुशी होती अगर लोग उसके लिए प्रोटेस्ट करते कि ये पाकिस्तान हमारे लोगों को, क्या वो किसी माँ का बच्चा नहीं था? क्या वो भारत का रहने वाला नहीं था? क्या वो मुस्लिम नहीं है? लेकिन यहाँ आंसू बहाए जा रहे हैं, प्रोटेस्ट की जा रही है कश्मीर में और लखनऊ में हिजबुल्लाह के फेवर में, जो हज़ारों मील दूर है। नसरुल्लाह जो उनका लीडर है, जिसने हज़ारों लोगों को मारा, उसके लिए प्रोटेस्ट हो रही है। कितने अफसोस की बात है। आप टेररिस्टों के साइड में हो या अपने देशवासियों के साइड में हो?
Meanwhile, Israel continues to bombard Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah, and among the targets that were attacked are dozens of launchers and buildings where weapons of Hezbollah were allegedly stored. Israel Air Force says that various areas in southern Lebanon, military buildings that were being used by Hezbollah for their activities against the state of Israel have been targeted. Meanwhile, Hashim Safieddin has going to be succeeding Hassan Nasrallah as the head of Hezbollah following Nasrallah's death in the Israeli airstrike. Nasrallah, who led the Iran-backed militant group for 32 years, was killed in a strike on his underground headquarters in a Beirut suburb, marking one of the biggest blows to Hezbollah in decades. Meanwhile, US President Joe Biden has expressed his intention to engage in dialogue with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, emphasizing the necessity of preventing a full-scale conflict in the Middle East.
Yes, I will be talking to him, and I'll tell you what I say to him when I talk to him.
Yes, sir. Can an all-out war in the Middle East be avoided?
It has to be. We really have to avoid it. And we've already taken precautions relative to our embassies and personnel who want to leave, but we're not there yet, but we're working like hell with the French and many others.
And as the situation escalates, there is clamor of activity in southern Lebanon on the 29th of September as Israel continues to pound Hezbollah with more strikes after the killing of Nasrallah Hezbollah chief Saeed Hassan Nasrallah in an escalating military campaign. Let's take a look at this report.
Ambulances were seen rushing through streets in southern Lebanon on Sunday as Israel pressed Hezbollah with more strikes after killing the Iran-backed group's leader Syed Hassan Nasrallah in an escalating military campaign. Israel's attacks have dealt a stunning succession of blows to Hezbollah after almost a year of cross-border fire, killing much of its leadership and revealing gaping security holes. Also Sunday, video posted to social media showed a large fireball and smoke plume above the port city of Hodeidah in Yemen. Israel said it hit targets there in response to missile attacks by the Iran-backed Houthis on Israel in recent days. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said, quote, "Our message is clear. For us, no place is too far." White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby said all-out war with Hezbollah or Iran would not help residents of northern Israel return to their homes. He said diplomacy remains the right path. In Iran, which helped create Hezbollah in the early 1980s, senior figures mourn the death of Nasrallah. The country's interior minister said such assassinations, blind and covert assassinations, will have no result for the survival of this regime. Nasrallah's body was recovered intact from the site of Friday's strike, a medical source and a security source told Reuters on Sunday. Hezbollah has not yet said when his funeral will be held.
And with that, it's time for us to take a short break. Stay tuned. News and updates continue on the other side. Keep watching.
Incisive and unbiased news stories every single day. Now at a brand new time. Drostax. Now at 8 p.m. The search for
of this regime. Nasrallah's body was recovered intact from the site of Friday's strike, a medical source and a security source told Reuters on Sunday. Hezbollah has not yet said when his funeral will be held.
Are you going to talk to Prime Minister Netanyahu? You haven't had anything to say to him?
Yes, I will be talking to him, and I'll tell you what I say to him when I talk to him.
Yes, sir. Can an all-out war in the Middle East be avoided?
It has to be. We really have to avoid it. And we've already taken precautions relative to our embassies and personnel who want to leave. But we're not there yet, but we're working like hell with the French and many others.
Welcome back. After the BJP targeted DMK over the elevation of Stalin Jr., calling it a rise of nepotism within the party, the Tamil Nadu minister, Udayanidhi Stalin, has hit back, saying that Tamil Nadu is Karunanidhi's family. The BJP has criticized the DMK for promoting the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin's son, Udayanidhi, to the post of Deputy Chief Minister. In fact, that elevation has happened only recently. Udayanidhi Stalin now going to be the Deputy Chief Minister, something that the Chief Minister had talked about earlier on during his visit to the United States. BJP claims that the party is only focused on corruption, nepotism and advancing their leaders' families. This criticism comes after the DMK leader V. Senthil Balaji, who's facing acquisitions in a money laundering scam, had also been sworn in as a minister along with Udayanidhi Stalin, who was named as the state's Deputy Chief Minister.
Your message to the people of Tamil Nadu. Congratulations first.
Thank you very much. This is more of a responsibility than a post. So I'll definitely try to give my best for the people of Tamil Nadu.
And opposition has been saying
that.
Yeah,
definitely there will be a criticism only. Not everybody will be appreciative of you. I will definitely have to prove it only by my work.
See, this is one more example. They are proving the dynasty politics. The Udayanidhi Stalin don't have any qualify apart from his son of the Stalin. They are thinking only for them family. In the coming elections, the people will teach him rightly.
All right, so that's the latest as far as the Tamil Nadu politics is concerned, and the BJP accusing it of practicing nepotism after Udayanidhi Stalin's elevation, and the party themselves are saying that this is not nepotism. This is in fact a plus point. His elevation to the post of a deputy chief minister is actually going to be advantageous to the party's political fortunes and its prospects. Some other reactions have also come in. Let's just play them out.
Can we say about the Congress and the DMK, the family rule parties? They always feel that family first, then the state second, nation third, and then party next. They don't work for the party for the development of the party.
Today it is proven without any doubt that DMK and all the India Alliance parties, they are of the family, for the family, by the family. They are family-run enterprises. They are private limited companies. They are not political parties. Therefore, grandfather, then father, then son. This sunrise policy is there.
Purnima joins us now. Purnima, so Udayanidhi himself remains unfazed with the nepotism charge against him or the criticism of dynastic succession. Tell me a little bit about his meteoric rise within the DMK ranks and what does this mean for the party now?
Well, in 2019 is when Udayanidhi made his debut into the political arena in Tamil Nadu. In fact, in 2019, he was a star campaigner for the party and campaigned for the Lok Sabha polls. Apart from that, he was also given the DMK Youth Wing Secretary post. Since then, he began actively involving in politics and in 2021, DMK leaders who spoke to us after his elevation said it was because of him. They, in fact, the party did well and swept polls in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls. Therefore, based on the contributions, they've decided to elevate him. But meanwhile, the opposition parties in Tamil Nadu have criticized Annamalai, saying that it's not sunrise but nepotism rise in Tamil Nadu, which is why Udayanidhi, even though he's only been involved actively involved in politics since 2019, is given that post,
Right.
and there are many other senior leaders who've not been recognized.
Well, the return of V. Senthil Balaji has also raised quite a few eyebrows in this cabinet reshuffle. He's out on bail in a, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So what does the BJP and the AIADMK have to say about his return?
Absolutely. The second criticism that the DMK faced over the cabinet reshuffle was the reinduction of Senthil Balaji. Senthil Balaji given back his portfolios, including electricity and prohibition and excise portfolio as well. BJP says that while he's only out on bail, he's still facing the case. The DMK says that the ED arrest is only a political vendetta and that Senthil Balaji will remain a minister after he's out on bail. He was immediately given that post and that had garnered criticism from the opposition parties. But DMK says it's nothing but a political vendetta and that Senthil Balaji will face a case legally and will come out clean. That's the official statement that's coming from the DMK, while politics over this is only escalating.
Right. Thank you so much, Purnima, and for getting us that reaction from Udayanidhi Stalin himself, who's now the Deputy Chief Minister of the state. Moving on now, amid the news of infighting in the Haryana Congress, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is all set to start her campaign for the very first time, and she is going to be accompanied by Rahul Gandhi as well. Both, what we're getting to hear from sources, will be travelling through Ambala, Kurukshetra, and also the constituency where Chief Minister Mr. Saini is going to be contesting from, which is Ladwa. After speculation, Kumari Selja skipped the manifesto launch event. The Congress MP has clarified that she too is going to be participating in the Congress programs along with the leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi and along with Priyanka Gandhi as well.
कल आप पहुंच नहीं पाई मैनिफेस्टो में कहीं भी कल आप पहुंच नहीं पाई मैनिफेस्टो में कहीं भी कल आप पहुंच नहीं पाई मैनिफेस्टो में कहीं भी
पिछले कुछ दिनों में ऐसा स्पष्ट वातावरण बना है कि कांग्रेस का मध्य प्रदेश और छत्तीसगढ़ जैसा हाल होने जा रहा है। ये बात अब कांग्रेस के नेता भी मानने लगे हैं। यही कारण है कि पिछले 15-20 दिनों में कांग्रेस का कोई बड़ा नेता भी हरियाणा आने को तैयार नहीं हुआ है। हरियाणा का युवा पूछेगा कि हुड्डा के राज में खर्ची पर्ची पर वो चुप्पी क्यों रखे हैं। हरियाणा का दलित पूछेगा कि आरक्षण का विरोध करने के बाद वह किस मुंह से हरियाणा आए हैं। हरियाणा का किसान पूछेगा कि किसान की जमीन लूटकर दामाद जी को देने के बाद भी वह किस मुंह से किसानों की बात करते हैं।
हरियाणा में जब कांग्रेस की सरकार थी तो जमीनों के घोटाले होते थे कि नहीं होते थे? बड़े बड़े धन्ना सेठ गरीब किसान की भूमि को हड़पते थे कि नहीं हड़पते थे? आप याद करो 10 साल पहले नौकरी खर्ची पर और पर्ची पर लगती थी कि नहीं लगती थी? और जो हमारे उद्यमी स्टूडेंट थे, विद्यार्थी थे, जो होनहार विद्यार्थी थे, जो सक्षम विद्यार्थी थे, वो बेरोजगारी की कतार में खड़े रहते थे।
Pallavi joins us for the very latest. Pallavi, you know, the Congress has done everything up till now to dispel the notion of brewing dissent. Do you think that this campaign that's going to be attended by Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi is going to boost the Congress campaign?
And in fact, this is the first time that Priyanka Gandhi will be campaigning in Haryana. And this is going to be a fast mega show of a yatra of the two of them. And, you know, we are moving closer and closer to the polling day, Avantika. And you're absolutely right. The Congress is on a very upbeat mood because they are absolutely calculating that come what may this time round, we are going to win in Haryana. Despite the fact that there is infighting, there are concerns which are being raised within the Congress party as well. And therefore, they want to use all their trump cards. And Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Rahul Gandhi going out and campaigning as far as the Congress president is concerned. We just also heard the news of at least 10 to 15 of the Congress leaders being dismissed from Haryana because the major concern for the Congress party is that there is infighting, there is internal sabotage, which could hurt them, and they don't want to take any chance. Which is why Kumar Sharma is likely to join the yatra today, which is why they want to project a show of things. And with Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra leading the pack, and also Priyanka's speech, she talked about the plight of the wrestlers, the Vinesh Phogat factor. All of these are the calculations that the Congress party hopes will help them win the state of Haryana.
Right, Pallavi. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's also listen in to a couple of reactions, important reactions coming in ahead of the elections in Haryana that goes to polls on the 5th of October.
बिल्कुल जो सभी कांग्रेस के नेता हैं वो साथ हैं और वो पूरा साथ निभाएंगे पूरी ईमानदारी से। हमें ये ऐसा विश्वास है, हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि कोई भी हमारा साथी हमारा विश्वास नहीं तोड़ेगा।
ये राहुल बाबा ये झूठ बोलने का मशीन है। ये राहुल बाबा कहते हैं कि अग्निवीरों को इसलिए योजना लाए हैं कि सरकार उनको पेंशन वाली नौकरी नहीं देना चाहती। अग्निवीर योजना केवल और केवल हमारी सेना को जवान रखने के लिए बनाई रही। मैं आज कहकर जाता हूं हरियाणा की माताओं को, बहनों को, आपके नौनिहाल में सेना में भेजते वक्त मत झिझकिएगा। हरियाणा के एक एक अग्निवीर को हरियाणा सरकार और भारत सरकार पेंशन वाली नौकरी देने वाली है, पेंशन वाली। और मैं आज बादशाहपुर में कहकर जाता हूं 5 साल के बाद कोई अग्निवीर ऐसा नहीं होगा जिसके पास पेंशन वाली नौकरी नहीं होगी। किसी को डरने की जरूरत नहीं है।
देखिए, लोकसभा चुनाव में वो संविधान को हाथ में लेके हर सभा में जाते हैं। अभी वो संविधान कहाँ गया? अभी तो कहीं भी नहीं बोलता है कि संविधान खतरा में है। फिर लोकसभा चुनाव में वो पेंशन का बारे में बोला, अभी तो नहीं बोलते हैं। लोकसभा चुनाव में वो अग्निवीर का बात बोले, अभी तो नहीं बोलते हैं। उल्टा वो बोल रहा है कि मैं आरक्षण खत्म करने का पक्ष में हूँ। तो ये जो राहुल गांधी है, लोकसभा चुनाव का पहले मोदी जी को हरवाने के लिए जो इंटरनेशनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी था, उसी का तहत उन्होंने पूरा देश भर में झूठ फैलाया।
In some other news, Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Sunday has vowed that the Waqf Amendment Bill will be passed during the winter session later this year. He further added that those opposing it will be straightened out, and once the law is enacted, nothing can be done. This comes at a time when the Joint Parliamentary Committee is presently holding consultations across the country.
जनाब, हम लोग अपनी तरफ से पहले बिल को देखेंगे क्योंकि ये जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी के पास गई है। इस पर ज़रूर कुछ ना कुछ कहा जाएगा। जब ये आएगी हाउस में उसके बाद हम देखेंगे इसमें क्या है। उसके मुताबिक हम लोग इंडिया गठबंधन में है, जो सबका फैसला होगा हम इकट्ठे उनके साथ फैसला करेंगे।
So Home Minister Amit Shah making that big announcement that the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024 is going to be passed in the winter session of Parliament. This was the statement, the remarks were made while he was addressing rallies in Haryana, where he promised government jobs with pensions for youth, etc. But he also made that big announcement about the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024 being passed in the winter session of Parliament. He said, and I quote, that Waqf board law, we will fix it in the next session of Parliament, while he was addressing an election meeting in Gurgaon. So this is a big declaration coming in from the Union Home Minister amid a lot of criticism from the opposition, especially from the Congress, about bringing in those amendments in the Waqf Bill Act of 2024. Payal joins us now. Payal, clearly the Union Home Minister has taken the resolve and he has set the stage for an opposition showdown by making such a big declaration.
Well, of course, the Home Minister has articulated what has already been the stated position of the government. Remember, in the last session of Parliament when this bill was introduced, Avantika, before the opposition parties could actually be up in a declaration that they will be sending this for Parliament scrutiny. So the JPC is currently scrutinizing this bill. Just as we speak, the JPC is currently holding a meeting in Chennai. They are in a five-city tour where they're meeting people from various quarters, meeting state governments, etc. as well. So today it's the turn of Chennai, and tomorrow the JPC will travel to Bangalore. They've already gone to Mumbai, they've already gone to Ahmedabad, and they've already gone to Hyderabad, and they met various representatives as well. The intent of the government is very, very clear that the JPC will submit its report, in the upcoming winter session of the first week of the winter session of Parliament. And once the report is submitted, if there are any changes which need to be made to the bill, then one must understand that technically speaking, this bill, if it has any changes in terms of what the JPC suggested, that bill has to be again changed and it has to go back to the cabinet again and then brought back to be passed in Parliament. But the intent of the government is very simple, that we are bringing this bill without any ill will. We are bringing this bill because we want to make sure that we are able to give justice to the women of the country, give them empowerment, and make sure that they get representation. And at the same time, we are also looking at making sure that transparency comes through, because the complaint of multiple people who have reached out to the government, especially the Minority Affairs Minister, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, have said that they are not very sure of whether the income actually matches with the value of the property both, and these properties are currently being controlled by just a few. So that's been the intent of the government. But yes, the opposition parties can object, and they've been objecting to the bill, and there have been a lot of war of words that have been exchanged in the JPC. But the Congress party will also have to remember that their own MPs, including Zakir Hussain and Imran Masood, are already part of the committee. They are already part of the Parliament scrutiny panel.
Right. All right, Payal, thank you so much for joining us. So let's just listen in once again to what the Home Minister said on the passage of the Waqf Amendment Bill, which aims to enhance transparency in Waqf authorities.
ये वक्फ बोर्ड के कानून से बहुत परेशानी है ना। एक कानून को एक शीत सत्र में हम सुधार कर सीधा करने का काम कर देंगे।
And with that, it's time for us to take a short break. Stay tuned. News and updates continue on the other side. Keep watching.
The search for the
Welcome back. The breaking news is on the controversial radical preacher Zakir Naik, who has arrived in Islamabad on the invitation of the government of Pakistan. In fact, he was even welcomed by senior officials from the Ministry of Religious Affairs. So that's the news, how Zakir Naik has arrived in Islamabad. He's there on an invite from the government officials of Pakistan. His tour includes stops in Lahore, Karachi, which concludes in Islamabad on the 20th. Now, just to tell you a little bit more about Zakir Naik, well, he fled India in 2016 amid charges of spreading hate and money laundering as well. The very same year, the India's counter-terrorism agency had filed a complaint against him. Zakir Naik has been on the run, and the big question is whether he's going to be extradited to India. But presently, he's in Pakistan. He is there in Pakistan on the invite of the Pakistani government, and those are the visuals of Zakir Naik, who has been accused of promoting religious hatred and other unlawful activities while he was here in India. And therefore, he's been on the run ever since those acquisitions and cases have been filed against him. In fact, there's a 5-year ban that had been imposed on him in March 2022, citing his very, very controversial remarks and inciting hate and praising known terrorists openly. So those are the charges against Zakir Naik of spreading hatred and money laundering. And Siddhant joins me for more on this. You have a person who has been accused of inciting hate in India, of spreading hatred, money laundering, getting such a huge warm welcome in Pakistan. Speaks a lot about Pakistan as well, Siddhant.
Well, yes. So Zakir Naik has arrived in Islamabad at the invitation of the government of Pakistan. And in fact, he has been welcomed by senior officials from the Ministry of Religious Affairs. His tour includes stops in Lahore, Karachi, and in the last day he will be spending in Islamabad. Now, one cannot deny this, that he has multiple cases slapped against him and his organization by the government of India. He is India's most wanted, and in fact, there are money laundering charges against him. Also, there are charges of spreading hate and disturbing the communal harmony. Those are also the allegations against him, and the cases are still going on. The previous government in Malaysia offered him the citizenship of Malaysia, and since then he has been living there. This is perhaps his first visit to Pakistan, and it is not some he's not on some private visit, or maybe has gone to attend one or the other function being organized by a private person. Look at the kind of warmth and the kind of gesture that the government of Pakistan has shown. They have sent their senior officials from the Ministry of Religious Affairs to receive him. Perhaps that shows the intention of Pakistan, and that also, once again tells that how excited Pakistan is how excited the Pakistan is to welcome India's most. And there's no doubt about it that Pakistan has always been the breeding ground for the anti-India elements, and now there's one more person added to that list.
Oh, absolutely. Siddhant, just kindly stay on with me. There's some more breaking news coming in.